Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is tonibryanne, and my channel is all about beauty, fashion, and discovery, and if you guys want to see more content from me, please go ahead and click that subscribe button right now down below. Okay guys, so I'm going to be doing another part of this series. I don't know if I told you guys in the first video that I did about Kenneka Jenkins that I will be turning this into a series, so I'm going to be doing a series about lots of unsolved cases or possibly solved cases in the Black Lives Matter community, because I want us as a country to be able to pay attention more to Black lives and consider them as valuable as every other life in this country. So on the last video in the comments, I was requested to do a story on Kenneka Jenkins. I was going to do somebody else, but I'm going to be doing her next week. Let's just get straight into the story with Kenneka Jenkins. Kenneka Jenkins was a 19-year-old girl from Chicago, and she was said to be a very joyful, a happy person, and her cousin said that whenever someone was sad, Kenneka did not like sad people, so she would automatically try and hype you up and make you extremely happy so you're not sad anymore. Kenneka Jenkins was found dead September 8th, 2017, and as we all know, this story has lots of twists and turns, so I'm just going to try and do the most basic realm of the story, and then we're going to go into conspiracy theories about what happened. Kenneka Jenkins was on her way to a hotel party in Rosemont, Illinois with some friends at the Crown Plaza Hotel. So during this party, one of her friends went on Facebook Live. I cannot think of the friend's name right now, but I'll put it here. I don't really want to say her name because I feel like she's a little suspicious. I don't know what happened, what went down, but a lot of people thought she was a little suspicious as well. But this particular friend, who I cannot think of her name right now, she was on Facebook Live and people heard Kenneka in the background basically slurring her words, saying that she's not drunk. I'm not drunk. The last video footages of Kenneka Jenkins was the Facebook Live, her in the background, and also her making a Snapchat post of her visibly looking a little bit drunk around 1:30ish a.m. Around 3 a.m., Kenneka Jenkins and her friends decide to leave this party, but when they're finally downstairs, Kenneka realized that she does not have her phone, and she goes upstairs by herself to go get her phone. And guys, we're going to say this really towards the end, but I don't know why she went upstairs by herself. That makes no sense to me. If your friend is visibly drunk, I don't know why you let her go out by herself. Y'all come together, y'all leave together. No one should be alone, especially when they are under the influence. So while Kenneka is going upstairs to get the phone, you could see her in a lot of video footages looking visibly drunk, stumbling, falling everywhere, and she may have been lost because she was everywhere but where the hotel room was, and she was just all over the place. So after Kenneka took a while to come back, about 30 minutes later, her friends decided to go look for her and they could not find her, so then they tried to get hotel staff involved, and they said the hotel staff was little to no help at all.
Security guard tried to tell us we had to get out the hallway, but I told him that we wasn't getting out the hallway until we found her. He didn't even want to show us the cameras.
So they decided to call Kenneka's mom, Teresa Martin, instead. After they tell Kenneka's mom that they basically were looking for her and they couldn't find her, Kenneka's mom decides to call the police, and here is the recording of the call.
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they say that they left on the front of the hotel and she's not able to be found now.
I'm going to see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name? So I just want to make sure that, you know, maybe she didn't get arrested and sent on her, you know what I mean? I just want to double check everything. It doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses or?
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody. No one besides her.
Again, she's only been gone for a couple hours. She's, yeah, I don't know, maybe she's, you know, she could be somewhere with one of her friends or something because, I mean, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friends supposedly hadn't seen her?
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now, they said.
Are you looking to file a missing persons report then, or are you just...
I just want to know, is it possible that maybe they can look at the cameras and see, it's because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time?
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
So what would you suggest?
Again, the only thing I would suggest maybe just you know, give her a couple hours. she could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what.
It don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right, period. That's why I came out here myself.
What I would recommend, just, go home, relax a little bit, give it some time. Of all we know, she very well could still be in the room. She could just be passed out. Like I said, just give it a little bit of time. If you hadn't heard from her by, I want to say about 10, 11 o'clock, then by all means, give us a call again. You can come to the station.
So after the police was no help, they basically just assumed that she was out with friends and she wasn't really missing. She just got busy, and who knows, they just basically thought that she wasn't really missing. Kaneka's mom decided to come early in the morning and try and find her daughter herself. So the next day when Kaneka's mom comes, that's when police come and they actually start to do a formal investigation finally to see where Kenneka was. With the police, the hotel staff helped too to try and find her because it has been several hours since she was last seen at this point. So after searching for Kenneka all day, a staff member somehow finds their way downstairs to where the kitchen was, and he found Kenneka's body at approximately 12:48 a.m. on September 10th. And he goes and calls down a police officer to come look at the body.
Around midnight, a hotel worker walks through an empty kitchen, goes into the corner where the freezer is, and then comes back out to grab a police officer.
The police officer called in and basically said her body was frozen solid and she was pronounced dead at the scene.
I have that subject in the kitchen in a freezer. She is frozen solid.
And later on, after her autopsy was completed, her death was ruled accidental. She basically died from hypothermia with alcohol and a mix of drugs in her system. And they all kind of played a part. So that is how Kenneka died. Let's get into these conspiracy theories or what people think really happened to her, because people do not believe that this was just an accidental death. They think several things. There's several conspiracies, and I'm sure when this story first came out, you guys remember all the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter posts about people hearing all these different conspiracies and what they do and do not believe about this case. So I have 4 conspiracy theories for you guys to consider, think about whether you guys believe this or not. Let's just get into the first conspiracy theory. The first conspiracy theory is that people believe that Kenneka was drugged. Why do people think this? Well, for one, like I kind of said earlier, where the heck were Kenneka's friends? Kenneka was stumbling all over the hotel when she went back to go get her phone. Why didn't anybody go with her? Like, that makes no sense. She either has horrible friends or it could have been a setup. Also, the drugs that were found in her system from the autopsy was a prescription drug for epilepsy. Kenneka did not have epilepsy, and no one's going to purposely take an epilepsy pill. Also, Kenneka's family and friends said that Kenneka didn't even like taking pills. She was never like the turn up type. Like, whenever she went out, she never got visibly drunk. She was never all over the place. She never took drugs.
She's not even that type to just get over sloppy drunk though, like loose like that. She was off drugs. She don't even do drugs.
Do you know anything about that medication?
No, she never. Kenneka didn't even like to take pills.
But then the friend that I said I don't remember her name and I just don't really care to because I don't want to bring her into the story because I just feel like she has some part in this. I don't know. She said that
She like a turn up queen.
We all, that's what type of crowd we love to have.
And the last reason why people think that Kenneka may have been drugged, she was the only person that was visibly drunk. When you're out with a bunch of friends, it's very rare you'll see one person visibly drunk. There may be one person that is more drunk than the others, but it's very rare you'll see one person that's just drunk and everybody else looks sober. All of her other friends looked sober. They looked fine while they were looking for her, so it's confusing as to why Kenneka was the only one that was like not herself at all. So here's conspiracy theory number 2. Some people believe that Kenneka was led into the freezer. So why people believe that Kenneka was led into the freezer was because her sister did mention that, and other people I did see on social media as well, basically saying how could Kenneka get into the freezer door, because freezer doors are apparently extremely heavy. There were some people that worked at hotels that said the door is very heavy. Some people said that like once the door like opens, it closes shut right away. So, but basically Kenneka's sister was just saying, how could she have opened the door, just regular sober self, but then she was also drunk. So how would she have been able to open the door and then end up in a freezer? And why would she go in there to begin with? The third conspiracy theory is organ trafficking. So this theory I saw a lot when I first heard this case. People were saying that the hotel covered her death, like they saw that she passed away, and then they ended up putting her in the freezer because they wanted to harvest her organs, preserve her organs. But I still think this idea is a little far-fetched because, I don't know, how many hotels do you know that would just like, you know, harvest or try and take people's organs? It just seems a little weird, but that is another conspiracy theory. And the last conspiracy theory that I think could be most likely, this last one and the very first one, which was the first one was that she was drugged, is that she was raped and killed accidentally. So why people believe this is that in the autopsy photos, not the autopsy photos, excuse me, in the police investigation photos, Kenneka was missing a shoe. Her shirt was kind of ripped up. And for one, with the shoe missing, I don't know why someone who's stuck in a very cold freezer would take off their shoe if they're freezing. And there was also an Instagram post made by some guys that basically said that they didn't mean to kill her. This did not get into, like, this wasn't brought into the investigation for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like a lot of these cases, like, law enforcement wants to just finish the case. They don't care to find out who's right or who's wrong, so it's easy to say this was accidental. I feel like the law just wants to, like, let's get this case over and done with because there's so many other cases that they feel like they have to worry about and they just don't feel like Black Lives Matter enough. But that's besides the point. That's a different story for another day. So this is why I feel like this conspiracy theory is quite valid. So some of my final thoughts on this case is, please be careful with who you're friends with. Ladies, if you are friends with somebody and if you have left your friend alone or drunk friend alone, you're a bad friend. I'm sorry. Become a better friend. You should know better than to leave your friend alone at any time, when whether they're drunk or sober. When you, like my mom always instilled in my sister and I, you guys come together, you guys leave together. I don't care if you saw a cute guy. I don't care if you've seen your ex-boyfriend. We are coming or leaving together. I just don't understand, like, how you would let your drunk friend just wander off. Like, that's just odd to me. You either didn't like her like that, or you're just like a bad friend. I just don't get that. And I'm sure that her friends feel really sorry and feel bad about what happened, and I just want to keep it real because I don't want anybody else to end up in this situation because this story is so weird to me. I still don't know what really happened. I'm confused as to why she was by herself at any point during this party, this night, excursion, whatever. It's confusing to me. Be better friends. Stick with your friends. Know who you're friends with. Pay attention to signs of your friends not being very good friends because, look, it's better to be alone than have a bunch of fraud friends, okay? So that is Kenneka Jenkins' story. Let's have a discussion in the comments down below what y'all think that happened. Who else y'all want me to do a story on? I have a list of people that I'm going to be doing stories on, but I'd love to add to that list and learn more about some other stories that are just a little bit odd and sketchy. Kenneka Jenkins is quite a popular story. I feel like everybody on every social media platform was talking about this story, but it has kind of died down. I still feel like her case needs to be reopened because I feel like there's some sketchy stuff going on in that regard. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm going to have petition links in the bio because her mom still does not feel like justice was served. She feels like something else happened and that it was a little sketchy. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you guys like these videos. I love filming them. The investigative part, I always just tell my mom and my sister that it feels like I'm writing a book report, but I love it, and I love giving this content out and shedding more light on these stories that kind of got left in the dust. So yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.